So, we're going to do a little demo of the Single European Sky Electronic Data Interface test site. We're going to do that in Windows Internet Explorer because on this PC I don't have the Flash plugin on Firefox, which I would prefer to use, but we'll do it with Internet Explorer. So the website is a Google site, as you can see here. It's secure site, https sites plural.google.com/site/SES EDI test site. This is the home page, and you can see that there have been comments that I made myself just to keep track of what's going on. Another interesting feature you might like is the news feed. So if we go to the news feed of this site, we see that we have a news feed which is showing all the things that have happened, and we can subscribe to it in our RSS. Well, we can also go to the performance homepage now, and we'll take a look at our performance indicators, which are here, and it'll take a few seconds to load. And so here we have our table of all the performance indicators, all 11, and some of them are not, as you can see, not available yet, but some are. And we have the minutes of en route ATFM display per flight. We have a value here, which is a makeup value, and we don't have these other ones. Now we can look at the data itself. But first, before we do that, let's look at the metadata to know what we're looking at. This opens up in a new window or a new tab, a Google document, and this is just a version of the metadata. It's in a very simple layout, but everything is there, which is good. Very good even. And that will give you an explanation of all the stuff. But now let's look at the data and the visualization. Here we have the visualization. We're going to make it bigger. Do you want to display? This is again our terrible Internet Explorer thing. Now we're going to have to wait a few minutes for this to load on our Eurocontrol network and internet connection. Remember, this is all hosted on the Google Cloud somewhere. So it's coming to us via internet. And these are Google visualization plugins or add-ons or whatever you call them, gadgets, which take the data and allow flash animation or just static viewing if you don't want. It takes a few minutes to load, and this is not loaded yet. As you can see where I can't move the website. Now when I can move the page, it means it's loaded. So we have a few different views. We have the FAB, the ANSP, and the state perspective. And we're waiting now for this to load. I'm sorry it's taking so long, but it is, and there we have it. Okay, so we have, now it's loaded, and we can take a look at the FABs and how they change over time. The bottom axis here is the time. We can stop the time, continue it, and as you can see, the size, the radius, the diameter is the indicator, and here we have the delay and the number of flights. That's how it's presented. Now we can get the same visualization, the same data. We can visualize it in a different way as columns and a sort of dynamic Pareto chart. And now this is automatically ordering the charts according to delay. But we can change that. We can just order it by the alphabetical order, which may be more interesting, more easy to keep track of. And we see that Fabric, whoa, has a big point there. We can get the ANSP view down here, and it's the same. It's always the same sort of thing. This is interesting. Here we have flights against delay. All right, we're going to move back now, and we'll go back to the performance indicators page. And here we can go to the airport. So we have a bunch of airport indicators. We'll take any one of them. Oh, I forgot to mention you can download the data also. We want to display the non-secure items. Yes, we do. Okay, so here we have the table of all the different values as a sort of fancy spreadsheet. But what we can do is we can go to the actual countries and look at them individually. And do I want to display? Yes, that's all because of Firefox. That's all because of Internet Explorer. If we had a decent web browser, we wouldn't have those stupid questions. We don't. So here we have the display, and here we can download the data set. And so if I click on this, I can save it as a comma-separated values file. Okay? You can go back, and here we can say, yes, Here we can also sort and do all these things. We can look at the individual data up here. So if we want to see what LB's data is, we see that LB is Bulgaria. Okay. We can also look at it here in a different way. We can see all the different pages. So we can see, for example, Switzerland's page with its data, its airport data. All right. And that's where we are today. We also have access to a support. This is to demonstrate how we could do support. And we follow the link. And this gives you a little taste of what the Bugzilla support system can do. So I'm going to look at some complaints. Oh, it wants me to log in, so I have an account, PRB at mailinator.com, and the password is, and that should log me in, I hope. And I can say what I want to complain about. I want to complain about objects, let's say. That could be which would normally be how we would select what kind of support people want, whether they want a request, whether they want to ask a question, they want to provide feedback, they want to make a correction. Whatever you want, we can have these categories. These categories could be as we want. And I'm sorry this is taking again so long, but you know our Eurocontrol network, how it is extremely slow. Alright, now this is how I could complain about something, but first of all I'm going to look at my own complaints. I see the complaints I've already filed, and what the status of them, what their status is. And I see that there's two. I have the 410 we can look at. Let's look at the 410. See what it has to do. And so what is the story here? It's an addict, it's the product is objects, it's other objects, its version is highly busted. This platform is the Soapbox platform, and it's in seriously really bad. Okay, that's the status. And so far the tracking is I have to delay lunch today, day after day because of work. Please do something about it. All right, we can put some new comments in here. No change yet, and we save those changes. And that's added into our thing. And that's just a very quick look at the very powerful Bugzilla change management system. And here we have a link also to the glossary. I'm sorry about all these questions due to our Eurocontrol configured browser. And here we have the link to the browser, the glossary, it's the Eurocontrol ATM lexicon. And that's all. We had to look at the sitemap also. That'll give us a little view. This is all generated by Google Sites. And you can see all the different aspects of what has been done. Some experiments and a how-to, some tests. Okay, and I hope that was interesting. And we're now going to stop.